Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike, your host of Craft Beer Storm, also founder brewer at Beara Brewing Co. in glorious Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It's a beautiful day today when I'm recording this. Today we are going to talk about other strong beer. And beers of any style intentionally brewed with a higher alcohol content than defined within that style's guidelines are characterized as other strong beer. These beers should achieve a balance between the style's characteristics and the additional alcohol. So it should be a balanced beer. It shouldn't be, extreme alcohol. And it could be, it depends on the style. It could be a load of different styles. It's just considered a strong beer. But they do have some subcategories, which we'll get to. And, color, clarity, aroma, hop aroma, bitterness, and body is according to whatever style you're making the strong beer according to. And the ABV is generally over 8% ABV. We at Beara Brewing Company, we brew a strong ale called Mighty. It's a 8% ABV. It's a strong ale. And we add some local maple syrup, Hampshire maple syrup, to balance out the alcohol. So you really can't, it's a higher ABV. Some alcohol is there, but there's a balance because of the maple syrup. And what we did was we also barrel aged it in Jim Beam barrels. We called it Bourbon Oaked Mighty. So we left it in the barrels for about 3 months to condition, and it came out delicious. And people were coming in for it, and they were upset. Like when we ran out, I'm like, look, we have 50 gallons. What do you want me to do? So we have to make more. We have to get more barrels. We get those barrels from Allagash, actually, which I just contacted Jason Perkins. We've been emailing back and forth. I want to have him on the show. They're making really great beer, and I want to have this guy on the show. He knows just a lot about brewing, and it's fantastic what they're doing. So if you know Jason, nudge him along. Tell him to come on. Okay, so there's also subcategories. Subcategory is American-style Imperial Porter. That would be considered an other strong beer. The color on that would be black. Clarity would be opaque, right? It's black. You're not going to really, it's going to be a little hazy. Malt aroma and flavor. There's no roast barley or strong burnt black character that should be perceived. There's a medium malt, caramel, and cocoa sweetness that should be present, though. The hop aroma and flavor and bitterness is low to medium high. It's about 35 to 50 IBUs. IBU, the scale, International Bitterness Unit. 0 is no bitterness, and 100 is like extreme bitterness, at the top of the scale. The body should be full. ABV should be between 7% and 12% for an American-style Imperial Porter. There's another subcategory, which is American-style wheat wine ale. And this style is brewed with at least 50% wheat malt. The color on that would be gold to black. Actually, it could be black color. Clarity, chill haze is acceptable at low temperatures. Usually wheat beers are a little hazy. So it's acceptable. The malt aroma would be bread, wheat, honey, and or caramel malt aromas and flavors are often present in this beer, and that's delicious. Hop aroma and flavor and bitterness should be medium to medium high for a American-style wheat wine ale. So the IBUs could be between 45 and 85, which are right, medium to medium high. Body is full in the wheat ales, so it's a nice hearty beer. It's not watery, nice full body. And the ABV should be between 8.5% and 12.2%, according to the GABF guidelines, which we're basing our podcasts on for craft beer styles. Glassware for other strong beer could be a Belgian-style glass, a snifter, or a goblet, a chalice, right? These are beers that you savor. You don't just chug them, which, I guess people do with this watered-down, mass-produced beer. You don't chug this stuff. You savor it. I mean, they call it, American style wheat wine ale, right? The wine you don't chug, you savor it. You use a beautiful glass, a nice wide open mouth, take in all the aroma, experience the beer. That's how you drink beer. Drink it in a proper glass. So examples, courtesy of Beer Advocate, would be for like an American style Imperial porter. Some examples would be Victory at Sea, coffee and vanilla, and that's from Ballast Point Brewing Company, and that ABV comes in at 10%. And then Imperial Donut Break by Evil Twin Brewing, that's at 11.5%. So these are higher ABV ales, strong ales, right? American style wheat wine ale example would be White Oak from The Brewery, Breuery. They're making some good stuff, and the ABV comes out at 11.5% for that one. There's White Chocolate, also from The Brewery, and that's comes in at 13.8%. So it's a little bit over those guidelines for a wheat ale, but I mean it's a strong ale. So, and then Sweet Repute from Founders Brewing Company, also an excellent brewery, and that's coming in at 12.5% ABV. So the message here is these strong beers are savored. You use a proper glass for them. You don't have a pint glass and just chug it. It's a very it's a great ale with a lot of grain added, a lot of care taken to make these other strong beers, and they're delicious. So if you haven't gone out and tried one of these, get to your local brewery and ask them what you have for a strong ale, and I'm sure they'll accommodate you. If you like what we're doing with the beer style podcasts or any of our other podcasts, I mean, Monday we have we interview a brewer or mover shaker in the craft beer industry. Wednesdays we do these beer style podcasts to explain a different beer style according to the GABF guidelines. We're just going down the list. And then Friday we do craft beer news. So if you like what we're doing, please go on to iTunes. That's the only way we move up in the rankings, and leave a review, leave a rating, subscribe. Actually, tell a friend or tell 10 friends, or 10x here, as I mentioned. And just get them involved, download the podcasts, enjoy the information that we're giving to them. It's all free. If you got any comments, questions, please, email me. I'm at michael@craftbeerstorm.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're all over the place, and we're just trying to get good information to you. We want to, show you that there's much more than this watered down, mass-produced beer. That's just pervasive in the environment. This is your local brewery, and these guys are working hard, trying to put food on the table, helping their families and following their passion. Right? I keep talking to people about the industry. They're like, "Look, you're not going to make a lot of money in this industry." I'm like, "Fine, we're following our passion, and this is what we do." And this podcast is just to increase your knowledge on what craft beer is, and get you into local breweries. So that's what we got for today. I love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.